Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Terry. I'm a linguist and a teacher, and I'm very happy you're here checking out my channel with all the best grammar, fluency videos. I have a really cool fluency tip video today because I want to talk to you about how to do the right things to become fluent in English, or what I like to call, what is your study diet? So this is a funny question because normally we talk about diet, we mean food. And this is my question as well, but what is your study diet? Because a couple of years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there was a TV program on BBC, I think, where it was called You Are What You Eat, where a lot of people who are having problems with eating disorders, and they're overweight, where this woman, she ran the TV show, she did this thing where she collected all of the food that person ate or consumed in 7 days and showed the person the last 7 days on one table. Usually it was a big shock to really show the person, well, this is what you are eating 7 days a week. This is why you are overweight. And this is a little bit about what I want to do with you. Ask you, what is your English diet? What are you doing in general? What are, out of all the activities, all the possible activities to learn English, what are you doing, or where are you spending all your time? Now, let's just compare, for example, I consider in two basic ideas, two basic things you can do to work to improve your English or any language. One is educational materials, using something specifically for education. This YouTube video is educational material. I am making this video to help you. But it could also be textbooks, grammar books, an online course, or maybe Duolingo or an app, but something specific to help you learn English or about education. Number two is also really important, about real life video, or what we call authentic materials. And this is where you are maybe watching a movie that you really like in English, or you're watching videos or reading something about something that is, first of all, it was not created for education, it was created for English native speakers, and it's also about your personal interests. That's also a really important point. But when we consider these two basic activities, where you can do educational materials, which are grammar books, apps, online courses, and then the other idea where you can explore your personal interests, explore your personal hobbies with real life materials. Now, I mean YouTube videos, Facebook videos, or any kind of video or any kind of website that's just about what you like. Generally speaking, in learning languages, educational materials are very focused on reading and writing. If we think about our high school education with languages, or your high school education with English, probably a lot of reading and writing, and almost no speaking and almost no listening. And that's a real problem for a lot of people who want to be super students and they're studying very hard, but focusing only on reading and writing. So what I suggest is balance. When we have clear balance, where it's not all work, it's not all only educational materials. Because if 100% of your contact with English is only educational materials, I don't think you have the right balance to really enjoy, and sometimes it feels really hard work if all you're doing is just completing a book or reading a textbook, right? So it's a balanced diet between educational and authentic. So this is my question for you. In your English language learning, how much are you doing educational and how much are you doing authentic? How much of your own interests are you exploring with your English? Because usually when people are tired or not motivated, they are super students and they are only studying educational materials. I mean, when I don't do a lot of private students, one-to-one students, but before, when I had private students, the first thing I always wanted to do was introduce something authentic. Introduce something that is connected to your interests and what you really like. So English is not just this thing you're always studying and working hard, but you can enjoy it as well. I know this because my progress changed dramatically. I remember in my third year of university, I was studying English and Spanish literature, but I was more and more interested in French. And I started using just educational materials or a French podcast or whatever. But when I started to use more authentic materials, when I started to listen to Game of Thrones in French, my progress changed dramatically. I started to really see a lot more progress when I was using something that I liked or enjoyed or was generally really interesting to me, compared to a debate in French or politics program, which is good vocabulary but not interesting to me. Educational materials are a useful tool. They're a useful way to learn. Please don't understand that I'm saying don't do grammar exercises or don't do textbooks. I'm only saying that you need to look at what you do and what you are not doing and just create balance and moderation. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a grammar book or a textbook, but if you are only reading a grammar book and only reading a textbook, you are probably bored, not having fun. So authentic materials are really important. Combine what are your hobbies, interests, and passions. Now, in today's world with internet, high-speed internet, it is so easy. When I started learning French and Spanish, I had to pay for CDs and books and everything. I had to buy for everything. You do not. You have the opportunity. You have the greatest research, just YouTube. You can find videos in English about your hobbies, interests, and passions. I can guarantee that. So a lot of students ask me and ask other teachers, what should I listen to and what should I read? Asking because people are not sure, but they're like, teacher, what do you think? And I remember one time when I was in Barcelona and a Japanese woman asked me, I like this band, what do you think? Is it okay to listen to? I said, if you like it, if you love it, it's absolutely okay. Listen to something that you love. Read about something that you love, something that interests you personally. Create the desire to understand. For example, a friend of mine is married to a Brazilian woman. And when he was living in Brazil, I bought him some small books and magazines about video games in Portuguese because he loves video games. And he had 2 or 3 other Portuguese grammar books that he never touched. But when he had a basic magazine that was about his interest and what he really, really liked, suddenly he was reading it every day, he started making more progress. Watch interviews of people you admire or like. Watch content that feels fun and interesting to you. And this is about the title of the video. Do the right things to become fluent. So you have this nice mix, nice balance that you can do educational materials sometimes, but also having a lot of fun with your passions, your hobbies, and your interests. What is the right balance? The right balance between educational and authentic? Well, it depends. It can depend on your level specifically. For me, in Dutch, for example, I'm a beginner, a very, very low level. I really need I need more educational materials to start to learn the basics. But I also try to look at my personal interests, learn some basic vocabulary, but that's because I have a really low level. Intermediate level, then now you can start maybe, less educational when you've got the basics of grammar and then more personal interests. And then if you're high or advanced level, then maybe it will be 0% educational. For example, for me, with my level of French, Spanish, and Portuguese, there's really no grammar left. I just have to watch things that interest me and things that I really, really enjoy. And then maybe if I have a grammar problem or question, I am inspired by something I really like. You are what you eat. And that was the name of the program, where they wanted to show people who are having problems with their weight, this is what you're eating and this is why you're having problems. And this is what I want to say to you. What is your study diet? Are you only studying education, or are you only studying authentic, or are you studying only education and zero authentic materials? I want to see you bring balance into your study routine. So your fluency mission now is comment the video below. What is your study diary for the past 2 or 3 weeks? How much educational materials and how much authentic? And the next question, the really important, is do you need balance? Are you only studying educational, or do you need more authentic? What do you need? But you need a nice balance of getting good progress, of good vocabulary and grammar in your educational, but also listening and speaking and really enjoying some materials with your passions, your hobbies, and your interests. Okay? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you can take a moment to click like and subscribe to my channel, it really helps me grow on YouTube. And of course, if you can share the video with a friend, that would also be really, really amazing. Please let me know what kind of video would you like to see next. I'm creating more fluency videos inspired by my history as a polyglot, and I hope you like them. And that's it. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in another video.